Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Now today's video is going to be the second holiday inspired tutorial that I'm doing on my channel. It's just a bit more smoky and sultry than the first one was. The first one was a lot more festive looking. I don't know, I wanted to do something around the greenish theme, but I also wanted to incorporate gold because for some reason that's what like reminds me of a Christmas tree. Gold and green. So yeah, I wanted to play around with those kinds of colors, and I also wanted to do something with this palette over here because that's what you guys wanted to see first. And yeah, it just happened that those kinds of colors were in here. This one is a bit more different. I tried to think outside the box. I didn't want to do something that I have already done 100 times, and I hope I succeeded. I wanted to mix it up a bit and do like a hybrid look, so I decided to do a half cut crease that is also a spotlight eye. So this is what it is. Oh, just a quick warning, this look is really messy, so and of course you will see it from the tutorial as well, but just don't like give up on the look. If you are recreating it, don't give up on the look if it looks really ugly and messy before it's completely finished, because that's just the kind of look that it is, or at least with my skill set that's what it always tends to be, but they come together in the end. So yeah, just keep at it and you should be absolutely fine. But anyway, enough blabbering. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video, and let's jump into this tutorial. Okay, so let's do this. I have already prepped my face, I have already prepped my eyes, and if you want to see what I used, then all the product details will be listed in the description box, as is always the case in my tutorials. We are going to dive into the Evolve palette by Beauty Bay. The mirror in this is absolutely humongous, so that is a very nice thing, but I do have to say that this palette is really heavy, so it is not the most perfect thing for traveling, for instance, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, let us get on with the look. So I'm not going to use this palette like it is sort of meant to be used. I mean, of course you can mix and match the colors in here, but the whole point of this palette is to make it as user-friendly as possible, I guess. They have put these different colors in each column, which are meant to kind of go together well. And then they have also named all of the sort of rows, and that just kind of lets you know in which order you're supposed to use the shades. But as I already said, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the colors that I feel like using. So first off, I'm going to take the shade from the 7th row that is meant to be used as a base. And since this is just a light wash of color that we are doing in the crease, I'm just kind of putting it all over the crease area, not being specific about the color placement at all. Next up, I'm going to use this shade right over here. This is number 2 and in the transition row. Now, I feel like the colors are pigmented. I just wouldn't say that they are like the most pigmented shades that I've ever worked with. But they are definitely buildable and they blend out just fine. I don't know exactly how I feel about this palette just yet. As of right now, it's an okay palette for the price, definitely, and the amount of shades that you get, but I have worked with better formulas, no doubt. It's always a good idea to go back in with the previous brush and blend over the edges so that everything would be as nice and smooth as possible. I'm taking this deep brown that is meant to be used in the crease, and I am going to put that in the crease, but I'm also going to put that in the outer V. And because we are doing a cut crease kind of thing, I'm taking the colors all the way into the inner corner. And again, just blending out the edges with the previous, more fluffy brush. You know what, I take it back. These shades are not the easiest to blend out. You definitely have to work with them. I'm dipping back into the previous shade because otherwise I don't know if I'm going to be able to blend this darker brown. And also another thing that I've noticed about this palette is that a lot of the shades seem a lot darker in the palettes, in the actual pans, than they are on the lids. I mean, you can definitely work with these shades. They're just a bit dry, it feels to me. Like I don't know how to explain, but they're not the creamiest shadows by any means, and I guess that's what makes them a bit difficult to blend out as well. The lighter shades are fine, of course, but yeah, the darker shades seem to be giving me a bit more trouble. And I'm also going to dip into this shade over here in the second column and in the crease row. I'm going to mix that one with the previous darker brown shade that we were just putting in the crease, because I feel like the previous one is just a tad too cool toned and I want some warmth in here as well. Next up, I'm going to carve out like 2/3 of the lid, and I'm going to use of course the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. All I'm doing is following the natural shape of my crease, then I'm filling the area in, and as I get to the end I'm blending out the edges to fade into the eyeshadow. Now, before I do anything to the eyelid, I'm going to go back to the 2 dark brown shades and just go over the outer V one more time. And I'm also going to take these 2 shades and I'm going to mix those and start blending them on the outer part of the concealer and also into that deep brown. And I'm again patting over the area with the darker browns because I want everything to blend into one another. And now I'm also going to place the mixture of those 2 greenish shades, and I'm placing that in the first half of the lid, but only on like the first third of the lid. And now that the front part and the outer part of the eyelid are covered with the greenish mixture, I'm going to dip into these 2 shades and I'm mixing those 2 together and placing them in the only open spot left in the middle of my eye, and then I'm just using my finger to help blend the edges. And now I'm just dipping back into this shade over here and I'm going to go over the first part of my eyelid and also just putting it ever so slightly on the outer part as well. Going to take again these 2 brown shades and I'm running them very lightly around the edge of that cut crease. When you clean up everything and do the rest of the face and apply some lashes, to me it just makes the world of a difference. So yeah, this is what we have so far, but we are quickly going to finish up this makeup look. So for the lower lash line, I'm first going to take this shade over here and I'm going to run that all over my lower lash line just to set a nice base down. Then I'm going to use the mixture of these 2 brown shades on my lower lash line, just like we did in the crease, blend everything together. And now I'm also going to mix together the previous darker greens that we put on the lids, and I'm just running that very close to my lower lash line. And now all that's left to do is highlight the inner corners and the brow bone, and for that I'm taking the first shade in the highlight row, which is this one. I'm just going to apply some lower lash line mascara and that is the eyes done. We are almost done with the look, it's just lips now, and for that I'm taking my trusty old love. This is the Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Sao Paulo. And that was it, guys. This was the makeup look and the whole tutorial. It was difficult at times, I'm sure that you could see as well, but in the end I think it all came together very nicely. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and you already know the drill. If you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I will manage to put this video up before Christmas Eve. I am doing my best to make that happen. So if you're watching this and it is not Christmas Eve just yet, then I really from the bottom of my heart hope that you have an amazing Christmas, that you get to spend as much time as you possibly want with your loved ones, and that you know, have a very memorable, very warm, loving kind of atmosphere going on. So I wish you guys all the best. Hugs, kisses, love, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!